Welcome to New Orleans and the New Orleans Bowl, where the 11-1 Grambling State Tigers are taking on the 7-5 UAB Blazers. First quarter action, Blazers driving, Early drops back. He steps up in the pocket and lobs it to Ubasi on the outside for a gain of 30. Later in the drive, Early goes back to the air, and check out the touch pass to Ubasi for 11. A few plays later, the quarterback drops back and hits Wilson across the middle, and he muscles his way into the end zone, 7-0 UAB. GSU takes over, and Mr. Heisman Charlie Brooks is running hard. He goes up the gut for 15. A couple plays later, Alston drops back, looks to hit Salmon across the middle, but is picked off by Woolbright, but UAB could not capitalize. Tigers' second possession starts with Brooks finding a crease and gaining 12 yards. A few plays later, Alston drops back, feels the pressure, rolls left, hits the sideline, and gets the first down. Next play, Alston goes back to the air. He rolls left again, but this time he hits Salmon coming open across the middle for 12 yards. Later, Charlie Brooks bulldozes his way into the end zone for the 26th time this year. We're all knotted at 7. Next Blazers possession, Early comes out throwing. He hits Wilson across the middle. The wideout turns upfield and gains 13. A few plays later, Early is carving up the secondary. He hits Ubasi on the slant for 13. Then Early would drop back, tries to scramble right, but Markel Jackson is there to lay the hat on the QB for the sack. On 3rd and long, Early goes back to the air and throws a perfect touch pass to Copeland for the first down and more. A few plays later, Early drops back, tries to roll right, but big Cam Richardson brings him down, and it's a fumble. Jackson scoops it up and is off to the races. Noble is giving chase, but they won't catch him. The scoop and score gives the G-Men the lead, 14-7. Next Tigers possession, Alston in the gun, drops back and slings it to Jones. The big tight end gets upfield and gets the first. A few plays later, Alston goes back in the gun, drops back and hits senior Jamaria Jackson in the end zone, 21-7 Grambling State. Blazers would come back out driving, Early with the drop. GSU sends the house, but the QB connects with Ubasi on the outside for 10. Later in the drive, Lee takes the handoff, gets great downfield blocking. G-Men finally drag him down after picking up 19. Then Early drops back, tries to scramble to his right, but Josh Carey is there to lay the hat and gets the quarterback sack. Blazers set up for the field goal, but it's a fake. Johnson lobs it to Lee, and he catches it, and he gets tackled at the 1. 2 plays later, Early hits Pittman in the back of the end zone, 21-14 Grambling State. Tigers pin back after the kickoff, but Alston comes out slinging, connecting with Route for 21. Next play, Alston goes back to the air, hitting Clark, who beat the jam. He gets upfield for a gain of 24. Then with 21 seconds left, Alston drops back and hits Route again, this time for a huge gain of 34. Timeout Tigers. Mendez would come on and kick a 25-yard field goal, sending Grambling State up at the half, 24-14. The Tigers' offense is looking good and the defense is playing solid. Let's see if they can keep it up in the second half. Start of the third, Brooks comes out running. He hits the hole on the left and gains 9. Then Alston drops back and hits Clark on the curl, and he gets inside the 20. Few plays later, Alston goes back to the air and hits Jordan Jones wide open across the middle for 19. 2 plays later, Higgins punches it in from 2 yards out. GSU up big, 31-14. But the Blazers come out running. Noble takes the handoff, hits the hole, cuts back, and gains 9. Few plays later, Noble takes the toss, but gets blown up in the backfield by Carey for a 3-yard loss. Then Early drops back, and check out this throw, but more importantly, the catch by Lisa. What a grab by the wideout. Later in the drive, Early tries to set up the screen for Lee, but Carey lowers the boom on the back. UAB forced to punt. GSU comes back out throwing. Alston sets up the screen for Higgins. He turns upfield and hits the turbo button and gets the first. Then Alston with the deep drop hits Gunn across the middle, and check out the move he put on the defender to gain 16. But the turnover bug would strike again. Alston drops back and tries to force the ball to Clark, but is picked off by Mitchell. Start of the fourth, the Blazers come out running. Early keeps the option right, gets the edge, cuts upfield, and gains 9. Later in the drive, Early goes back to the air. He drops an absolute dime to Pittman for the first down. What a pass. Then Early shows off his arm talent, moves around in the pocket, and connects with Pittman behind the zone. The big tight end fights and picks up 33 yards. few plays later, Early drops back and tries to step up in the pocket, but is sacked by Brandon Varner. What a season for the DN. Blazers settle for 3. Grambling State looks to put the game away. Brooks goes up the gut, bounces it left, avoids the tackle, and he turns on his jets. The big back rumbles his way to a 36-yard gain. Then Higgins goes up the middle. He runs over a defender, but he fumbles. Williams is there to scoop it up for UAB, and the Blazers take over. But wait a minute, the refs want to take a second look at the play. Check out this replay. Higgins' knee just touches down before the ball pops out. Grambling gets a huge break, and Will Higgins would make up for it. Austin hits him across the middle, and the junior back muscles his way into the end zone. 38-17 Grambling State. Blazers still fighting. Early with the drop back and hits Wilson on the drag. He sheds the Bridgewater tackle and 2 others and is off to the races. Finally, Heron is there to bring him down after a 55-yard gain. 2 plays later, Early hits Pittman across the middle. The big tight end bulldozes his way to 14. Then Early with the 3-step drop and hits Pittman wide open in the end zone, cutting the lead to 14. Next Tigers possession, Austin comes out throwing. He's looking to go deep to Jackson, but Dawkins makes an amazing interception. Blazers take back over. And Early continues to carve up the Tigers. Check out this throw and catch to Turner on the outside for 13. Then Noble takes the draw up the gut, gets a few blocks, and he's off to the races. He gets his longest run of the day and inside the red zone. A few plays later, Early looks to go back to the air, but big Cam Richardson is there to get his 3rd sack on the day. Then UAB is forced to go for it on 4th down. Early tries to force a pass into the end zone, but Cherry is there to knock it down. Turnover on downs. GSU looks to close it out. Charlie Brooks goes up the gut and fights his way to 12 yards. And Higgins gets into the act. He bounces the run outside, turning on the Jets and picking up the 1st. Later, Austin drops back and hits Gunn, who beat the jam. The freshman to freshman connection gains 16. A few plays later, Austin in the gun scrambles to his right, waits, and throws a bullet to Gunn. He gets out of bounds after a 13-yard gain. Then CB23 gets into the end zone for the 2nd time on the day. 45-24 Grambling State. And that would do it. Grambling State extends their win streak to 11 games with a dominating win over UAB Blazers, 45-31. Freshman Phil Austin finishes 20 of 31 for 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he threw 4 interceptions. Charlie Brooks finished a stellar freshman season with 22 carries for 170 yards and 2 scores. Will Higgins cracked the 1,000-yard mark with 61 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. Out wide, Higgins led the way with 6 grabs and a touchdown. Gunn had 4, and Jackson had 3 and a touchdown. On defense, Josh Carey was all over the field, 16 tackles and 1 sack. Big Cam Richardson had a record-breaking day with 3 sacks, and junior linebacker Markel Jackson had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. What a way to end the season on an 11-game win streak. This was an amazing season, and now it's time to get ready for the offseason. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Coming up this week in the Tigers Den podcast, we will go through the entire offseason and get ready for Season 3. Comments down below. Who would you like to see Grambling take on in Season 3? Remember, we will be in the Sun Belt for 1 more year. Thanks again for all the support. Make sure you guys hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Big C Got Game. And I apologize for the delay on the uploads, guys. Life has been insane for your boy in the past couple weeks. We'll talk more about that here probably in the next couple days. I'll do a channel update for you guys, all right? But we'll be back to normal this week and going forward. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.